Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Three Guys Walking to Culinary School. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What's up? What's up?
What's up? How are you guys? You guys, everything good? Everyone's good?
Yeah, man, it's starting to get a little chilly out there. I love it.
I love it. I love chili. I love
finally.
I love the weather. Finally, I know last time I said that, Bri, you said it was like, oh, we're having a heat wave here in Chicago. It's like high 80s. But now the weather's breaking.
It's finally, man. Yeah, it's starting to break. You know, Bears win today, so
I was gonna say the Bears are playing. The Bears got a W. That's awesome. So it's it's fall when the Bears are playing and they're winning, and that's exciting stuff for Chicago and for football fans in general.
Yeah.
So I've just had super long last couple of days. We were in the city with my wife. She was there for a work conference. So me and my son went out there too. We thought we'd make a weekend of it, kind of chill in the city, do some stuff. It was exhausting. It was definitely exhausting. 48 hours, me and my boy for the most part, because my wife was working the whole time. And then she wasn't working. There was, of course, the dinners and the socializing, the networking, all that good stuff. So we stayed in like Hudson Yards area. So we were right on 34th and 10th. So pretty cool area.
Yeah.
Convenient. We did a lot. Saturday, what was it? 2 days ago in the morning, me and my son walked the High Line all the way down to 14th Street from 34th, right back up. I mean, it starts at 30th, but from 34th all the way down to 14th Street. We did a lot of stuff and just exhausted. We got back today, tried to get back in the swing of things, get back in the afternoon, grocery shopping, meal prepping, no break, tired, ready to crash. But of course, happy to see you guys, happy to talk all things food with you guys. And I got my meal prep on today, and I have a confession to make, something I'm not proud of. And like, I need, this might be.
Are we taking you to food court?
You know what? This might be, God, I could get indicted on this, and you guys tell me how bad it is, and we'll lay it out today, and next week we'll have a decision if you guys want, but obviously I don't have a say, so we might have to bring a third party if there's a hung jury. We'll see. And you guys tell me if it's bad. It could be bad, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but I'm a little ashamed and almost embarrassed to admit it. So meal prepping, did a bunch of stuff, roasted some veggies, sauteed some veggies, like fajita veggies, just to have options. Sauteed a protein, slow cooked a protein, just again, more options. And with my veggies, I'm stirring up some peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, green peppers, and some onions. And one thing I like is, my wife likes her onions cooked through, but her peppers crispy. So I give the onions a head start. And I kind of like it because it's not too mushy, because sometimes you let it go too far and like they're both mushy, or, they're both too crispy and the onions could be a little harsh. You get the nice mellow flavors of the onions and then the crispy peppers. And as I'm like giving the last stir in there, I'm seeing in my green pepper and it has like a blue spot on it. And I'm like, what is that? And it was about a third of like the produce sticker, right? So it had like 9-4, like 940, and I'm like, oh shit, there's at least 2/3 of this sticker someplace else in this pan, right? Because I don't wash them. I thought I caught all the stickers. I usually just slice them off real quick, and it's like wasteful, but like it's just easier. And I'm like, oh shit. So I finished cooking it. I took that one piece out. I'm flipping every little green pepper over. Can't find the remaining 2/3 of that sticker. Put it in my glass Pyrex bowl, put a lid on it. It's cooled down. It's in the fridge. It's going to get consumed. Haven't told my wife yet, who's the other person who's going to be eating this. Like, if I catch it and I swallow it and I pass it, I'm good. But like, my wife gets the ick easy with foods. And I think like if she bites into that sticker, she'll probably not eat sauteed peppers for like a year and a half. So I don't know. Do I tell her? Do I just risk it and like, hope I get the fucking green pepper with the sticker on it? Or do I fess up and then probably risk my wife not eating the sauteed peppers and sticking to the roasted peppers? What was it, cauliflower and Brussels sprouts?
Did you check the bottom of the pan? Did it?
It didn't melt. I went through everything. As I was pouring out, I was double checking every pepper there, looking for a sticker. I couldn't find it, but I know it's there, man, because I didn't throw any of the sides out. So I caught one. I mean, do I tell her? Do I risk?
This is giving me like
What do
George
you think, Tim?
Costanza wedding invitation vibes. I don't know, man.
I don't know the reference, but it's got to be a good one, I guess. It's he's a legend. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. What would you guys do, honestly?
Here's what
I
I would
think I
do.
would have tried to remove the peppers and onions in the vicinity
Yeah.
of where I thought it was, and then just hope from there.
Yeah.
Like,
what I would do is, I don't know that. I don't
It
think I
also
would
depends
tell
on the
her.
day I'm having.
you're so funny. That's the thing. Like, I'm tired, man. I've had a rough 3 days. Not rough, just a long 3 days. And I'm just like, I don't want to have to go through this now. Like, I just want, just like, let's eat our peppers and onions, and whatever happens, happens.
I don't
And
think
if
I
she
would
gets
tell her. What I would do is,
I like this. I like
eat
this
it.
angle.
I would eat it all. Right.
You would
So
eat
I
it
would
all and
just
be like,
make
babe,
sure.
this is too good. I'm sorry. I gotta.
Like
I get
I would
excited.
just. Yeah.
I wanted more
I would eat it
potassium from the
myself.
peppers. I went straight up. All right.
I would make sure she didn't get any of it. Yeah.
She's definitely going to go for the cauliflower and Brussels sprouts. It's kind of her favorite veggie side. So like she'll hit that up first day. I packed a lunch for tomorrow. I'm going to have some for dinner. So hopefully maybe I do polish it off before she gets to it.
Just double up on your portions.
Yeah. And she'll be like, hey, I just want to, eat healthy veggies only.
Yeah.
No carbs, no protein. I just want this
Funny
big
enough,
dish of peppers and onions. Yeah.
Not quite similar, but along the same lines happened to me actually today, this morning. I was making a little breakfast for me and Nubia, and just real simple, couple waffles and scrambled eggs. And you got the waffles going. I got the eggs in the pan, and for some reason I couldn't find my rubber spatula that I normally use in this pan when I'm making scrambled eggs. So I had another one in the drawer that I rarely ever use and never use.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I never use it, because it's not heat proof. So as I'm cooking my scrambled eggs, I'm stirring it. I noticed like some goo in the pan, and I'm like, kind of looks like melted cheese, but I got to put the cheese in these eggs. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I noticed it's the spatula is starting to melt. So what I did is I just ate the eggs and didn't give Nubia any.
All right.
So I was like, I'm not going to throw them out,
noble.
right?
Yeah, no.
But I noticed that there's melted spatula in this, so I'll just eat it and I'll.
Did you you'll deal with the repercussions afterwards?
Yeah, I'll deal with
physical.
Yeah, whatever typical adverse health effects I have, but I'm not going to subject her to it.
That's so funny. Did you get pieces of plastic? Like, did you sense it in your eggs?
I didn't sense it. I saw what it looked like. I kind of flicked them out. So I think it was okay.
All right,
but yeah.
You could be like, "Oh, babe, sorry, it's a piece of eggshell, I guess. I don't know."
Yeah, I just
she bites into it. She bites into it's eggshell. Don't worry. That's wild.
So I love spatulas.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite tools in the kitchen, and to this day, my favorite spatula is still my fish spatula that we got in culinary school.
Yeah, of course.
I use that thing for everything. I was flipping pancakes with it this morning.
Honestly, stuff like that, like delicate, lighter, like not proteins, like not heavy, like steaks or something, but like anything besides that, it is really perfect. It's like a utility spatula. It can do a lot of things. It's great.
Fish spatulas, not just for fish people.
Yeah, I love the little offset spatula too, but I lost that one and I haven't replaced it.
Oh yeah, you know what? I haven't used it.
I rock that still too.
What do you guys use? Like spread stuff on anything, basically pancakes, French toast, or if you're icing, I don't know, Cinnabons. I know you're a big Cinnabon fan, Tim.
It's a perfect spread.
That's cool.
Sandwiches, spread your mayo. Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, I never even thought about that. I get lazy sometimes. I just like do a line of mayo and then just like push the protein down and kind of smush it around. Like kind of let the mayo massage in.
How's your nose after a line of mayo?
Oh my! It's very congested. Having trouble sleeping, but
Anyway, I'll be here all week.
That's so funny. But outside of the exhaustion, going back to me because I'm self-centered. Outside of the exhaustion, I get to take my son to some like restaurants I've been wanting to try, and I think my favorite one we did was Russ and Daughters. They are, for those of you who aren't familiar, famous. They've been around for over 100 years in New York City. I think started in the Lower East Side. The original owner was selling smoked meat, like smoked salmon, smoked sable, like not just cured, but also like the smoked really dry meat, fish. Excuse me, I said meat. I meant to say fish. And they're famous now. They have great bagels. I think I had the best bagel I've had in 4 years since I left New York City.
Huh.
And I did their like traditional, smoked salmon, scallion cream cheese, tomatoes, red onions, capers on an everything bagel, and it was literally the best variation of that bagel I've ever had. That sandwich, literally everything was in proportion. They put cream cheese on the top, on the bottom of the bagel, which I thought was brilliant because nothing's like really sliding all over the place, and it wasn't like an excessive amount of cream cheese, which like I don't know if you guys have seen in New York or have experienced. I'm sure you have, where you go to a bagel store and you get, or even Jersey, they're notorious for it too. You get like an inch of cream cheese, which is like way too much cream cheese, but like
Yeah.
I still eat it because whatever, it's okay, it's good,
Yeah.
it's tasty, but it's like still way too much. So we enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. He didn't have any. He had a little of the potato latkes, that little mensch of mine. He enjoyed them. Loved the applesauce dipping. So we had a good time. It was a lot of fun. I did enjoy it, and I had a great bagel. And if you guys are near Russ and Daughters or want to order online, they've got every kind of Jewish bagel schmear you can think of. It's amazing.
Hey now.
It's really good. It's really good, man. I do love their bagels, for sure. So we had our first listener message. We got DM'd by one of our listeners, I'd say about a week ago. We really appreciate you guys, taking part of the show, sending us your questions, sending us your recommendations. I had another messenger regarding the black and white cookie. Tim, I forgot to tell you, I grabbed the black and white cookie from Russ and Daughters.
Okay.
Do I say it now or should I save it for next week? Because I want to post something about it. Ooh,
cliffhanger.
I'll tell you. I'll share.
It's a good preview. I mean,
it's a good preview. Tune in next week to find out about my black and white cookie
I feel
from
like we
Russ
might
and
just have
Daughters.
had our first clip.
Oh my god, it's so. Oh god, that's more editing work. Let's hire someone. Let's hire. But it was a black and white cookie. I'm not going to say if it was good or bad, and we'll do that next week.
All right,
but going back to the viewer interaction, listener interaction. Thank you guys for emails. Thank you for your feedback. We love hearing from you guys. And this person wanted to say anonymous, so I'm going to respect that, obviously, because I don't want to be a dick. But they had some really interesting topics. They see that we're kind of on the fall kick and wanted to chime in on what they felt was a great fall topic and they wanted to hear about. And I'm going to read the message because still keeping them anonymous. It said, "Hey, awesome episode 11 and congratulations on double digits. Wow, really? That's nice. Really nice. On the topic of fall, is chili a soup or a stew?" Right? I'm going to read the whole thing and then we can kind of get into it. Right? Also, any thoughts on regional styles? Southwest, Texas, Cincinnati, chili mac, etc. 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 That's not even a real word. Preferred styles, beans, no beans. This person thinks that chili without beans is a gravy, like a spaghetti sauce, which is pretty smart, pretty accurate. Thoughts on chili dogs? Yes or no? And our take on the most versatile stew. I don't know about versatile, but I will give you my favorite version, I guess. Something I like to cook, something I can use. I guess it's versatile because it's multi-use, but we again appreciate the question. It's an awesome question, detailed question. We're going to go in as hard as we can on this and as detailed as we can on this and do right by you guys. And of course, if you have any questions, any topics you want to hear about, please email us 3guyswix@gmail.com. Message us, DM, comments, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you can find us. Send us a message. We don't care if it's public. You can embarrass us. You can tell us we don't know what we're talking about, or you can send in your questions and remarks and we will we'd love to see the feedback.
If it's a good question, Jimmy's going to go into the prize closet.
Yeah, we'll go into the prize closet. I don't know what's in there now. In this closet there's Christmas lights and Halloween decorations that have to go up soon. So you might win a jack-o'-lantern if you're lucky.
Oh, Nerf ball.
Exactly. A little Nerf. That'd be fun. That'd be really fun. Shoot, we should every time someone messages us, we'll send them like a little Nerf ball with our faces on it. Isn't that great? So I love the topic again, sticking to fall because that's where we're at.
Yeah, man, I love chili.
Oh, you see, you guys are chili guys, right?
Yeah, I enjoy me some chili.
You guys are good. I know, Brian, you're a fan. We've talked about this before, I think, off the air. Tim, you've won you've placed in chili competitions.
Yes.
You've entered and
Correct.
placed, finishing. I'll let you share that story because that's a fun story too. But so I'm going to start with the first question: is chili a soup or a stew? I think that's pretty straightforward. I guess if you don't mind, I'm going to go into a little difference between soup and chili from what I see, how I see it. First, I
Okay.
see it as soup is more broth based, right? A little more
Yep.
water, less focus on ingredients. Where just a stew is kind of the opposite, right?
Yeah.
More reduced broth, more intense flavors, more ingredient focus, right? You have more of your veggies, more of your meats. I would say, a good stew and a good soup could probably cook for the same amount of time, so there's not much difference there. But it
Yep.
is, I guess, a bit of a difference in preparation. Obviously, you're using
Yeah.
less liquid for your stews, and then your broths, which are more. I'm sorry, soups, which are more broth based.
Yeah.
Anyone, if I left anything out, please obviously let me know. But I think,
I thought about this question for a little bit,
mhm.
and I think the answer is actually a lot simpler than that.
Yep.
I think it honestly has to
Oh,
do with printing menus and what
mhm.
sections you have in your menu. Like some
Interesting.
menus
Okay.
have soup, so the chili's going under the soup,
Hmm.
and some menus have stew on their menu, so the chili's
Hmm.
going under the stew. I feel like it kind of boils down to that in a way.
Yeah.
Like, where do you place it? But then also, if you're in the grocery store, some canned chilies are in the soup section.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's a good
Yeah.
But
point.
I mean, I
but
I
think
I
mean,
about it.
to me, chili's chili. I don't know.
I hear you.
Yeah.
It's one
Yeah.
of a kind.
It is one of a kind. I would never,
Yeah.
before this question, I would never put it in a category. But now that I think about it, um, it's a simple equation, right? To me, stew equals chew,
Hmm.
right?
All right.
So if it's a
Okay.
chili, you got to
Okay.
chew it. It's not like a soup you can slurp. You can drink
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
soup,
Yeah.
miso
Hmm.
soup. You pick up the bowl, you drink it.
Well, of
But
course,
if
it's
you got to
delicious.
chew, it's a stew,
Hmm.
right? So
If you
if we're
got to
using
chew,
that
it's a
logic,
stew. I
I would
like it.
say,
If the
I
glove
just
fits,
came
you
up with
must
that.
acquit.
Yeah.
You must, you must,
uh,
yeah,
you must. Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely more of a stew. It's definitely not,
I don't
um,
see it as a soup.
you don't see it. I can't see it as a
nah,
soup either. There's not enough liquid. There's not enough liquid.
I
You're not there for the broth, right? Like Brian said,
exactly, yeah,
with soups, it's all about the broth. You're slurping, you're drinking that, then you're getting some ingredients, so you're going back to the broth, and you're kind of getting that essence there. But with chili, it's literally like everything, every ingredient on one spoonful, which is like just a great bite. And again, not too much liquid. Um,
yep,
Almost like the anonymous writer. Well, they chose to be anonymous. I know their name. Almost how like they wrote in. They said, uh, chili without beans, in their opinion, is like a gravy, like a Sunday sauce with meat, and it kind of is, right? Because that's it's slow
yeah,
cooked. Um, Meat just marinating in its own flavors, and it's delicious. It's definitely a stew. I think it's definitely not a braise, obviously, but like, okay, so Tim, you think chili's chili? What about? And we'll get in, and we'll.
uh
oh man down.
oh, we got you. Well, he'll be back.
Oh
All
boy.
right, he's gone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's freestyle a little bit. Thinking about chili. Chili with no beans is to me
Meat
just
sauce.
weird. Yeah, it's just meats like it's just weird. I know
But then
Texas,
I think doesn't traditional Texas chili not have any beans in it?
right? But yeah, but traditional Texas chili generally uses like a like a
Chilies.
larger cut of meat, right? Like a chuck or a short rib or
Yeah.
something that's a little more like stew based. I think traditional, well, the way that I've grown up eating traditional chili has always been like a ground meat or even like a shredded chicken or something,
Yeah, yeah.
um, with beans and some sort of vegetable, like a tomato based kind of
Yeah.
sauce to hold it all together. But yeah,
I mean
chili
that's
with
kind
no
of how I
beans
make my
is,
chili.
yeah.
I use short rib when I make chili.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, to me like chili, but it's my chili. You know what I mean?
Are you beans or no beans?
I go beans.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
beans. I think I think it gives good texture to
Mm-hmm.
it. I also do something a little controversial though. I like to throw a can of corn in there as well.
Ah, okay.
It brings a nice color,
Yeah, yeah. I can see that
but
for
I think
sure.
that could be controversial for some people.
It could be. What about like chicken chili? You ever do like the white bean chicken chili?
I've never done. I know I haven't.
Yeah. Actually, I won a chili competition doing a white bean chicken chili,
Really
and
nice.
it was my first time ever doing it. And it's weird because it's almost like a chicken soup that you add the beans to, and the beans
Beans.
make it like a little bit creamy, a little bit more hearty, and it becomes like a chicken
Yeah.
chili. So it's yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't be against that. It's just if I'm gonna make chili, I always make my traditional beef chili that I like to make.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I'm gonna let you guys finish, but if you guys think I talk too much, you can just tell me. You don't gotta cut my mic and somehow
You know,
have Verizon fuck with my internet because that was pretty messed up. Not sure what happened. Sorry about that. I'm
technical
sure
difficulties.
you guys
yeah,
were in good hands. So what did I miss? Tell me, fill me in real quick. Would you guys? I heard something about beans, and then I had to drop out.
yeah.
Um,
We talked about how
are we
it's the
talking?
magical fruit.
It is. The more you eat, I heard.
Yeah,
This is like a whole like nursery rhyme episode, right? If you chew, it's stew, fruit and toot. You guys covered the Texas chili. Is that what you guys talking about?
yeah.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
talking how it traditionally doesn't have beans.
Nice, nice. Do you guys prefer that? Out of curiosity,
No, I like
did
No.
I
beans
miss
in my
that?
chili.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It makes it heartier. I think it
Yeah,
adds to it, and like when
Yeah.
they break up too, they make it. I feel like they make the sauce a little thicker too if you're stirring it. You know, I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
right.
love
They
that.
break down a little bit. You get
Yeah,
like a creamier kind of sauce. Yeah, yeah. And
exactly,
then you can take
exactly, exactly.
that like bean chili and you can turn it into different things, right? You can
Oh
serve it
man,
with,
yeah.
serve it with rice. You can serve it with, noodles. If you want to do chili mac, you can put
Oh.
it on chips and make chili
There,
You can
nachos.
make it a dip, right?
there you
Yeah,
go. Put
even
Chili
it.
the
cheese fries. Yeah,
throw in maybe some sour cream to kind of tame the flavor. Dip it in there. That sounds.
yeah,
That's all that. It's very versatile. I think chili in general is very versatile. Maybe even stews overall. I feel like you could, like you said, put them over rice, add a different protein, add a different starch, excuse me, like a potato or rice,
yeah,
and you get a whole different meal. It switches it up a lot. Which actually we were kind of talking about before, and one of the options that the listener said, chili mac. Can you
yeah.
guys kind of fill me in on chili mac? I'm not too schooled on it. I thought it was like a mac and cheese with chili. I'm wrong, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Okay, make you
yeah.
but
sure.
you might be onto something.
Hey, why not? Chili, yeah, chili mac. I was like hamburger helper. I guess that's what that would be. I don't know.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
kind
Yeah,
of same idea.
Yeah, I mean the mac and cheese with chili, but chili mac is a different animal. It's chili with the addition of a noodle. You said right?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So that's all that is.
Yeah. My dad used to eat it that way growing up. I never really was a big fan of it, but
Mm-hmm.
anytime he made chili, he would serve it that way, which is
Mm-hmm.
interesting to me.
So
It's a
is
way to
the
kind of stretch it out. Yeah, yeah. It's
yeah,
a little
absolutely. That's a
heartier.
great idea.
Yeah,
Is the noodle cooked in the chili or is it separate and then you kind of ladle the chili on top like a
yeah. I think
sauce,
it
like
was
a gravy
yeah,
again?
like a gravy.
It was like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, it was like a gravy,
yeah,
just like I never even thought about that. Wow. Yeah.
So
yeah,
if you here's a question: if you guys are serving chili or eating chili, what else are you adding to it? Like I love to put a nice handful of cheddar cheese in there,
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
some crushed up tortilla chips or
Mm-hmm.
Fritos if I
yep,
have them,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
yep,
I like to add a little green onion.
yep.
Oh man, yeah.
All
Those are
all that
all classic. Like some
sour
Yeah,
nice.
cream.
Yeah, definitely sour cream.
Yeah,
Definitely some shredded cheese if it's cheddar or like the three cheese blend.
yeah,
I'm all about. I'm sure I put Tostitos in there. I'm sure I crumbled up some tortilla chips and
oh
like
you
threw it in
gotta.
there. I haven't had a Frito pie yet, Tim,
Oh,
and I
this
know that's your
this is gonna be
preferred.
your weekend, my friend.
Oh, that's right. That's right. For those at home and Brian, I guess, right? Tim is he's making cider. We were talking about it last week, I think, or the week before.
Yeah,
He's pressing cider or whatever you do to make cider. Dude, is cider just juice? Are we just juicing apples?
Yeah,
or is there a
basically
cooking
that's
process?
no. There's no cooking process. We're
So why
just
is it so dark compared to now we're going to cider? I'm sorry to all our chili fans, but real quick, why is it so? You know what? Save it for next week.
all right.
That
Yeah, let's
shit.
save it. Yeah,
Yeah, save it
yeah.
because I'm
'Cause
sitting here. I'm jumping. My ADHD shouldn't be your problem, everybody.
well, let's
So
go back to chili real quick.
yeah,
This is something
please
that
let's
I
stay
don't
there.
know if you guys do this, or if this is ever something that if this is something that's just unique to being in the Midwest or Chicago, but we actually do chili with tamales. So you can get
Okay.
we've got a great Mexican population in Chicago. You can get
Mm-hmm.
really authentic tamales pretty much anywhere in the Mexican community, but we will get, and I don't know if this is just like something we did with my family, but
Mm-hmm.
you get like a 12 pack of tamales
Okay.
from a guy.
Yeah.
You make a
The
big
tamale
pot of
guy?
chili. Yeah, from a tamale guy. Yep.
You
You
got to have a
make
tamale
a big
guy.
pot of chili.
Yeah.
You get the tamale, put it in the bowl, break it up a little bit, serve chili on top. It's one of the best bowls of food you ever get.
I
Sounds
like that. I've
great.
Delicious.
never had that, but definitely intrigued.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sounds amazing. I mean, again, another way to stretch out chili, right? You use a little less, put it on
exactly.
tamale, and then you have that beautiful corn tamale underneath it. Is the tamale just the corn? Is there cheese inside? Is there meat
Yeah,
inside?
it's a full tamale. It's
It's a
got
full,
cheese, it's got meat, it's
yeah,
got
it's got everything.
whatever you want.
That
Yeah,
sounds good with the green chilies in there too.
yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
amazing. No, I've never had that before. I kind of want to have that, and that kind of like brings up the origin of chili, right? Texans will say it was created in Texas, but it's missing half the fucking ingredients because they don't put tomato sauce in Texas chili. They don't put any tomato products, from
What
my
is
understanding.
Texas chili? I
Yeah,
don't think I've ever had
so
Texas chili.
it's bean free for my right.
Mm-hmm.
It's bean free.
Yeah.
It doesn't have tomato products in it for my research. Google. There's no tomato paste. There's no tomato sauce. So I guess it's more. But how do you get that rich? Because from everything I saw, it's like it's got this rich kind of juice to it, this rich stewy base to it. So
Are there
there's
any
no.
veggies in it? Is it?
I mean,
There was
I think
some
it's
from my
you're getting that
understanding,
juice because there's so
just the
many
meat.
different styles of peppers and
Yeah,
whatnot in it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what's
So
really
there's
kind of causing your
So it's basically like, yeah, chili peppers. It's some people don't even do ground beef. Some people do like cubed up chuck, right?
chuck.
And
Yeah.
they'll stew
Yeah,
that,
the
which
chuck
is,
is short
I
rib. Yeah,
think, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, is that it? It's short rib. Oh, so short rib chili is Texas chili. Is that more traditional?
Well, I would imagine it's something with
Yeah,
like a lot of fat, right? Something that
yeah,
has
that's
some
true.
collagen that kind of breaks down and gives
That's
you
true.
that
Yeah.
body, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, yeah, from what I understand, no beans. Okay, cubed meat for the most part, cubed chuck or short rib, and no tomato products. But it's famous. I prefer with beans. It looked good from what I saw online. I haven't had it, but I prefer more of a traditional Southwest kind of chili, which
Yeah.
is your basic chili peppers, your basic dried chilies, whatever you're using to make it.
Yep.
And there's corn and beans, which I kind of love because my wife, we make it when we do crock pot chili, which is how we make it nowadays. It has corn in there, and I think it's just so good. I love corn, so you can put corn
Yeah,
in
there
anything,
you
and
go.
I'll
I
eat
like
it.
putting corn in my chili as
Yeah,
well. I also think it
yeah.
adds a nice color.
Yeah, and it's more of a traditional chili con carne, which is again from my research, could have has origins or rumored origins origins of a genesis from Mexico or South America. So it seems to make
Yeah,
sense. All those flavors,
it does
the
make
flavor
sense. Yeah,
combination, it makes a ton of sense. It's almost
yeah,
not to you know
yeah.
not to
Another
You
dumb
know
thing
it
what?
we
down.
grew up
Not
doing, we would actually take like corn tortillas
yeah
and like tear them up and put them in the chili. So
yeah that
Oh,
sounds
that's
good.
they're
fun.
like soft corn
Yeah
tortillas. So
yeah yeah
it's
yeah
all like connected. You know what I
yeah
mean?
yeah absolutely. And you know what? Like it's kind of like taco meat. Not to make it more American than it has to be, but it's almost like taco meat. Kind of
Yeah,
similar flavors. Just a lot more of that than you have of your tortilla or your carb or starch that you're using to eat it. Um, the listener also mentioned Cincinnati chili, and I got to give a shout out to Cincinnati chili because Cincinnati chili it was discovered by Greeks, right? Greek immigrants from the Macedonia region of Greece came over in the 20th century, 1900s for you historians out there, and started selling conies, right? Those are like your famous conies. Is that the term in the Midwest for
yeah,
chili
yeah.
dogs,
Those
basically,
are
right? Those are just
yeah.
chili
It's like
dogs.
Detroit they call them conies. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
I
Michigan
guess
origin.
Cincinnati. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Michigan. So why is it Cincinnati chili? Interesting. But the big difference there with that chili is similar. I'm not sure about the beans. I should have looked that up because I did a couple of recipes and I don't recall if there were beans or not. But what the Greeks did wisely, if you ask me, they added paprika, allspice, and cinnamon to the meat mix, right? And what the Greeks did again is what we're good at doing is we conned you, right? We conned you Americans with our culinary prowess. We took the meat that we put in our pasticcio, which is like a pasta dish with a layer of ground beef with that cinnamon allspice sauce. We just took that sauce out of that dish because no one was eating it. And we put it on top of hot dogs. We're like Americans. They love hot dogs. So we put it on top of the hot dogs and we served it on a hot dog. And you guys ate it all up. Midwest loves our hot dogs, our meat sauce. But yeah, so shout out to the Greeks because,
Nice.
we own all the diners and we made the best chili style, in my opinion. I've never had it. And in all honesty, I've only cooked chili once. Getting back to me, of course, one more time.
Well, I have a question, Jimmy.
Please.
I know your wife has spent a lot of time upstate New York and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and up there it's very popular to order a Michigan. I don't know if she's had that. It's a hot dog, and they call it Michigan sauce. And it's basically a chili dog.
Oh.
But I never quite understood why they call it Michigan sauce. And it's the only place I've ever seen it, upstate in the Adirondacks.
That's interesting because the whole Cincinnati chili, it's called coney sauce. So I wonder if it's like a play on coney sauce or Michigan sauce. I've never heard of it. I've never seen that.
After we leave here, I'm gonna need you to ask her if she's ever had a hot dog with Michigan sauce and report back.
I'll tell you right now. The answer is no. She doesn't eat hot dogs. She doesn't like that whole extruded pressed meat vibe.
It's not her thing. Ever like that.
You sure the marriage is going okay? I'm kidding.
Listen, I'm eating a lot less hot dogs, which I guess is a good thing. But everything's great, Tim. I appreciate your concern. No, she's I don't know about never ever ever, but definitely never in the last 8.5 years.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Yeah,
if it starts
absolutely.
to go off the rails, just say Nathan's, and I'll know what you mean.
I'll just be here like, guys, Sabret, the keyword Sabret. And Tim will show up in no time with like a 8-pack of hot dogs. We'll be grilling in the back 3 a.m. with a 6-pack of beer. That's so funny. Yeah, man. So no, she's never had a hot dog. I don't think I've had a chili dog. Okay, so Wendy's chili. I think that's a Southwest chili for the most part. I think it's delicious. You guys agree or disagree?
I'll be honest. I've never partaken.
You've never partaken in Wendy's chili? That might have been the first time I had chili in my life. Was Wendy's chili because my family wasn't cooking chili. Again, we were using that meat sauce for other dishes, but we weren't cooking chili. So I think it's good. It's probably packed with sodium. That's why it's so tasty. Most of fast food is.
Do they still do it? I don't even know.
I thought so. Chili? Oh, why not? Yeah. They make baked potatoes, which is fucking crazy.
That's true.
And that's how I had it. I poured it over a baked potato.
My cousin taught me that. I guess I'm still focused on the burger menu.
Yeah. Listen, they make good burgers, so we're not gonna shit on that either.
You know what else is a big hotbed for chili that a lot of people overlook, and I kind of only learned about this a few years ago. Apparently, there's a lot of chili spots in Washington D.C.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
and
they do a lot of chili too.
Yeah, and there's supposed to be some really good ones because it's a quick meal for all the politicians and stuff. So there's all these little chili joints. I've kind of always wanted to check some of them out.
That's interesting. Yeah. I wonder if they're playing
Chili Bowl is one of the more famous ones
in DC.
Yeah,
that's cool. So is there a distinct style, or are they just doing like different regional stuff for like the different delegates and Congress people?
I think it's a more like a classic kind of, I guess, Midwest style. It's got beans and meat and the tomato base.
Yeah, that sounds good. Do you guys mince your chili meat up like really fine, or do you leave it like chunkier?
So whenever I make chili, I always do a short rib chili.
Oh, okay.
So I just let that meat fall apart.
Yeah. I do awesome. all types. I was telling Tim I did a white bean chicken chili once.
Oh wow!
Which was, it takes all the familiar chili flavors, chili bases, You just add chicken and white beans instead of
black beans and ground beef. Yeah,
yeah, black beans
I
and
love
red
that.
meat.
So that's more of a white chili, because I was reading that that's a thing too. White chili. Were you using like a blanket kind of? So blanket is it's a white stew, right? So it's white broth, which means none of the ingredients were broiled or browned before you made the broth. It has white wine instead of red wine. It has white meat, chicken, fish, whatever, mostly chicken or like white
pretty
pork.
Much.
So it's basically the same thing. But are you using tomato products too, or no?
No tomato products.
Did you?
No
tomato products, really? Oh wow! So this is like a legit blanket white stew kind of chili. That sounds good, man. I do love chilies. I love chicken. Chicken's my favorite.
All types of different chili peppers and chili flavors, but chicken stock. No tomato products.
That sounds great.
As those white beans break down with the chicken, it just becomes like this really like hearty bite. It kind of thickens up a little bit.
Yeah, no, I love that, and that kind of goes into like my answer for my most versatile stew from the listener's question. I kind of prefer almost like I mean, I might try yours because yours sounds amazing, Brian. That white chili sounds great. I might try that, but I kind of like almost like a chicken pot pie, kind of like just all the insides, war and peas, carrots. Your chicken, you got your like cream of chicken broth if you want to use a can, or you can make a blanket stew from scratch. Again, white broth, white wine, all that good stuff. But I kind of prefer that because you could make a chicken pot pie after that, or you could pour it again, like with any chili, over some rice or even some noodles, which is something new that I just found about, but it sounds really good.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to try chicken chili. I've never had it. I'm definitely a beef chili guy.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads me to my next question.
Yeah.
Why do cows have hooves?
Okay. Why do cows have hooves?
Because they lactose.
Oh my God, because they're lactose. All right, everybody. You know what time that is? I was another episode of Three Guys Walking to Culinary School because they're lactose. My gosh. Thank you guys for listening again. Thank you for your DMs and suggestions and topics. And we'll answer more on Instagram. We'll kind of give some more information, some hacks, some tips online this week. So look out for that on our Instagram. And again, if you have any feedback, any questions, anything at all, just let us know. Comments, please leave it in the comment on Instagram, DM us on Instagram, email us. Everything is at 3guyswics. So that's the number 3, GUYSWICS at Gmail on Instagram. We have a link tree, same thing. It's linktree/3guyswics. You have all our information there. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share. Anything you could do to give us a little bit more exposure, we would greatly appreciate it. And of course, you guys listening, it means the world to us. So thanks again, guys. Catch you in the next episode. This is a lot of fun. White chili, that's where it's at. I'm going to try that. Yeah, is that white meat before we go? Is that white meat or do you do thighs? White meat.
Yeah, white meat. It's shredded white meat. Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably even better with thighs. Think about it.
Yeah, probably tastier. Yeah, it's just... All right, guys. Catch you next week. Thanks for listening.
All right.
Peace.